Bobby, how could they have done this to you? As if you haven't suffered enough already.
Amy, what are you talking about?
It's plain persecution, that's all it is.
Amy,
it's just persecution.
Stop babbling.
You haven't heard. I've done it again.
Give me that.
I gotta talk to you, Spencer.
I'm listening.
Don't get smart with me. Pay attention.
You got my attention. What do you want to talk about?
That's what I want to talk about. Your sister's kisser plastered all over the newspaper. The story they're planning on doing on her.
Okay, you think I like this? You think she likes it?
Okay. What I'm telling you is Mr. Smith doesn't like it, and that's what counts. Mr. Smith wants this Mitch Williams thing forgotten as quick as possible. Mr. Smith feels that if the newspaper finds out that your sister was a hooker in Florida, they'll make a field day out of it. Mr. Smith doesn't like field days.
What the hell does Mr. Smith expect me to do about it? Blow up the newspaper? I mean it, Bill. What does he want me to do?
It might be a good idea if your sister dropped out of sight.
What do you mean?
Just for a while. Nothing permanent. Just until the heat cools off. So she won't talk. We make sure of that.
Bobby's not going to talk. And besides, she's a grown woman. I don't tell her what to do. Now, why the hell doesn't Mr. Smith take care of this himself? Put a lock on the newspaper.
It's one of the few things in this town that he doesn't control. You guarantee your sister won't talk?
With my life.
All right. We'll see what we can do about the newspapers. I'll get back to you.
What can I do for you, Scotty?
You seen Laura?
Haven't seen her since this morning at the exercise class.
Claudia told me that she had cut classes today to study for a midterm, but I can't find her.
Look, Scotty, it's broad daylight. Your wife's a grown woman.
That's easy for you to say.
What are you going to do? Keep tabs on her the rest of your life?
Luke, I want to make damn sure that nothing else happens to her.
Nothing's going to happen to her.
Hey, Luke, I thought you and Laura were friends. Don't you care?
Yeah, I care. I'm sorry.
Oh, brother, this is awful.
Right. And what can I do about it?
You sued the newspaper. You got a case of libel.
No. I can't afford to sue, and don't ask me why.
But, Luke, don't you know what's going to happen? This newspaper people are going to come after Bobby the same way they came after Laura after that David Hamilton mess. Listen, do you want that to happen to your sister?
Kind of surprised?
Steve, do you suppose we could talk to you alone?
Do you mind, Dad?
No, not at all.
Thank you, Dan. Steve, we have something we have to tell you.
What Jesse means is, I have something that I have to tell you, Dr. Hardy.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
Well, I haven't been entirely honest with you, Steve.
Only because she couldn't be. Because I made Jessie promise never to tell anybody all the things that I told her about my past. The thing is, you have to know Dr. Hardy in order to protect yourself and to protect the hospital, because if the papers ever start digging, they're going to find out about my past. And Jessie felt that you ought to be told. When I was a kid living in Florida, I was a prostitute.
See you. Yeah, well, I'll take over. Thank you for calling, Jeff.
You got it. Jesse.
Yeah.
Listen, Bobby, if you need anything at all, I'll be around, okay?
Thanks, Dad.
Look, try not to worry too much. Steve will be fair.
Yeah. Well, looks like the Spencer kids have done it again, haven't we?
You can relax. I talked to Watson. He's going to do something in the newspaper.
Big deal. Look, the damage has already been done. I have a feeling I'm on my way out.
What, out of the hospital? They can't do that.
Well, no. I could read the expression in Jesse's eyes. Luke, that's the kind of expression that you say for terminal patients when you're trying to tell them everything's going to be okay.
This is all my fault. If I'd only done that job right.
Luke, stop it. It's not your fault. It's not anybody's fault. If it hadn't been Roy there, it would have been you lying there dead. And the scandal would have been just as bad.
Yeah, well, at least you'd have had Roy.
Roy's dead, and nothing's going to bring him back. And it's not your fault you had car trouble. You can't blame yourself for that, Luke.
Well, whatever would have happened that night, you would have been caught in the middle. I know that. You sure they're going to fire you?
I know one thing. If I get fired from this job, with this kind of story behind me, there's no way I am ever going to get a job at any other hospital in Port Charles.
Oh, damn them. Damn all of them. Damn this whole system.
Oh, Luke, that's not going to do any good.
You know, this would never have happened if we'd had a little money. A lot of money. Some kind of influence. That story would have been buried. It would have never been printed, but we don't. We're at their mercy. They can do anything they want to us. They can use our blood to sell their garbage. But it's not going to be that way for long, because I am going to own this town. Just like Smith does, I promise you. I promise.
How are you?
Very pregnant.
And happy about it, obviously.
A lot, yeah.
Must be nice.
What, you mean having a baby?
Yeah. And being happy about it.
I'm just thrilled.
Monica, why don't we just get this over with?
Get what over with?
The questions.
I don't know what you mean, love.
Did you come over here to have a cup of coffee?
No. Mm-mm. I came over because I am a friend. I care about you, and
because my parents and Scotty and you and Gail and the entire world wants me to go to the rape center for group therapy sessions. I told Scotty I would, and I will.
Laura, whether or not you go back to the rape center, that's completely up to you.
Do you mean that?
Of course I do. Look, I asked Rick and Leslie if I could come over here. I mean, it was my idea.
Then I'm sorry. But you still are one of those people who think they know more about my feelings and my problems than I do, aren't you?
No. I think I know something about your problems and your feelings.
How could you?
Because when I was just about as young as you, I was raped. So I think I know a little bit about what you're going through. And I'd like to help you.